Always trouble in Rosaria.
You think it's
Hey,
alright to
Torgo.
touch him?
Touch him.
I don't
can pet him.
know. You go first.
Pet the dog. Pool. That and I've got Ambrosia's tack or saddle, I guess. A bird by any other name. Forgive my insistence on writing you these silly letters. With that we had more time to speak with each other in person, but for every day we spend together it feels though we must suffer another two apart. I'm gladdened to hear that your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia, or should I say Whiteheart. He told me once blah blah blah. That night at Phoenix Gate, and here so many years later we find spent same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? Yeah, I guess. I've been doing all the side quests. That's why. Every single side quest, I'm doing it all. Hey, Otto.
If Martha's gonna get back on her feet.
Hey, Gav.
Help.
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrick. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals.
It is time we kill Hugo Kupka.
4 mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps.
Kupka. What's the plan now?
There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Rosaria.
Drake's Breath.
Yep, Rosaria.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the 7 High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
I thought they already knew that. What the fuck, Gav?
His name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Why am I at Limsa? Limsa is always where it happens, man. Limsa is the liveliest place ever. It's base, it's home base. Will always be in Limsa. Alright, new stuff unlocked. after 12 hours. Otto's counter is now open. The following hideaway facilities are now available. Patrons Whisper, the Hunt Board. Time to do hunting.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
The side quest is to do. I think I saw one side quest. Or yeah, only one it looks like. Oh, let's get to it. Hey goats. Yeah, that place. See, the RP's gotta have a place for themselves, you know? Hello, dude.
See, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything alright?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know...
A lot of the mobs in Final Fantasy 16 is literally just mobs from Final Fantasy 14. I'll tell you that much.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
Sure, why not? I'll do it.
Nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory.
I remember Martel.
You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
Helped her gather soil, and now she's dead. Two baskets of Martel apples. What's down here? What is this area? Not unlocked yet, I assume? The Fountains of Velestian Botany. Experimental record.
That broom's as ragged as...
Hey guys, have some apples.
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here. Courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait,
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
All for some apples. Quest complete. Oh no, not quest complete yet.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab them right from the branch, made Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you.
People on the bird app will complain about anything.
At least.
If they see anyone happy, they have
Leave
to
the basket
dunk on them. No one can be happy.
Get their share. Oh,
That's what I've learned on the bird app. If you're happy, you're doing it wrong.
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Okay. Can I go that way? I can.
Them old apples were enough to curdle your guts.
Hey, buddy.
The Cursebreakers sent their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martell.
They remembered her. After all these years.
Who doesn't?
I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martell. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martell lives on through the fruit it bears.
I know.
Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way,
People are eating Martell.
Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martell. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
Already? Come on, you just grew it. Give it some time. Give some time for people to devour Martell. Martell's apples. Alright, so I'm guessing the Moogle is hunt board. Hi, there you are, Kupo. I've been looking over for you.
What's the matter, Nectar?
The matter is this, Kupo.
The hunt board?
Hunt
It's where
board.
the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Of course not, Kupo. I knew all that already. Yay! And that's why I need your help, as I need to buy you. I won't allow it. Oh. There's no way I could have said that. So I need you to slay them all, Kupo.
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Can definitely try. Oh, thank you, Kupo. It's so good to have found someone who understands me, Kupo. I'll stay here and then keep an eye on the builds. I'm your Moogle. You the hunt board. I've already got the Ahriman. Clairview Senbrick. The Broken Hilt Rosaria. Rank B. The Angel of Death, the trader coming by the way of Kai Norvin, met with a troop of Cursebreakers traveling in the opposite direction, one and a wicked winged harpy on the road ahead. So Clairview Senbrick and Broken Hilt Rosaria. Got it.
Oh, Clive! Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any?
Sure. Listen to the Patron's Whisper.
Time to claim your just desserts?
Completing side quests will earn Clive renown, inspiring nameless benefactors from across the twins to donate money or items to Clive's cause. Visit Desiree? Patron's Whisper, blah blah blah. Expand renown to unlock. Berserker's Ring. I want to save up for this. This donation will be available upon reaching renown rating of 85. Yeah, because Berserker's Ring sounds like something I would use. These two are just crafting materials. Or 400 ability points though. Ooh, I'll do that.
All yours.
I'll just do both. Fuck it.
Here you are. All done?
Hey man.
Got the list, do you?
Any side quests around here? No side quests at all. Alright.
Think you can help?
Doesn't sound like anywhere is safe.
So Martha's all right.
Yep.
Dude, the Mughals are just trying to help out, you know, with their Mughalness.
My favorite pupil.
How may I help you today?
They're not bloodthirsty,
Study
they're
it well,
fine.
Clive. I have the details here.
I have the details here. I still don't know who this chick is. Joshua addresses her by the name Jute, but it's unclear whether this is a true name.
Thus ends today's lesson.
Alright, so we need to go to Claire. Oh, looks like I can't go to Clairview yet. They locked everything. I think this is Clairview. No, that's Glorious Gate. Dragon's Eyrie, North Reach, Lost Wing. I think Clairview is somewhere here. Glorious, Holy Eye. Yeah, I hear Clairview. Okay, so I need to get here. So I can't do that yet. I have to progress with the story first.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
Starting to sound like Sid.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
The dog moves, you know something's bad.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Dude, Clive, you're like 30 something already, man. Come on.
Come on.
Bloodline.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
Probably.
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories.
Amada's a crazy bitch. We should ride a chocobo. Trying to walk around. Actually, no, I have to fight those things. Woo!
Company.
Stay down.
Stay down.
You're finished.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Now we call it chocobo. Chocobo. Chocobo.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight you, chocobos. You're not worth fighting, actually. There are a lot of you for some reason. Actually, these blue ones. Favorite ability right now. Chocobos just give me bloody hide. I have plenty of bloody hide for crafting. I don't need any of those for a while. Hang on. Yeah, okay, fuck it. I just need ability points mostly now.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Imperials!
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first.
Hey buddy.
I ain't got much.
Anything new? Gaia
what's
Blade,
yours?
Gold Work, Battle Chains,
Or
Cobalt Tassels. Increase the limit break. Ooh, Orchestrating Roll. Nah, I'm saving my money.
There you are. You won't be disappointed. I suppose we won't be
Right,
seeing
thanks,
you
buddy.
again.
Any chests around here? There's usually like 2 or 3 chests in a village. There you go, there's one. Why is there rocks on your house? We get it checked. I don't think that's right.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have
Alright
to be
then.
dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
100? I heard it were 1,000.
We're going hunting for outlaws. How do you like that, boy?
The Empire only had 100 legions. That doesn't sound very big.
Word is, Port Isolde's closed her gates to all but the Highborn, and now a great camp sprung up along the walls.
Right? Things are going bad.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shield. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out.
Firebrand.
We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another Eastpool.
Fuck, not Eastpool again. I mean, that's fair. What happened to Eastpool was kind of fucked up. So, that's fair.
These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire?
Nobody.
A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do?
Your uncle, Byron.
Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Why did they put me this way? Oh. Can I not just use that way? I'm using this way. Ooh, what is that? The Alex? The Fallen. The Fallen!
Ever since the apology, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The Mother Crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
What was the idea, Clive? You didn't finish your sentence. And go up or down? Go down first. Because down has a big open area, which I assume there's things here, yeah. Bombs. Too bad they don't blow out when you set them on fire. Are you okay, Jill? Kind of sad that the bombs don't behave like regular Final Fantasy bombs, where if you use fire attacks, they blow up. Hello, what is this? Touch. Was it chest? What was that? What item did I get? Increase lunge damage by 5%. Oh, thank you. I used lunge by 5%, this doesn't seem that much.
More of my mother's men.
Was the healer gone?
Stay down.
Stay down. I have 1,700 points. First things first, ignition. Ignition's now mastered. Next, I will save up for Rising Flame. Another upgrade for Rising Flames, fuck me. Excuse me, Torgal. Oh, there's blood. Someone's died here.
Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel.
Yeah.
Why then? We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again.
He's using the roses chant thing. Oh, that was quick. These black shields ain't shit.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Dead.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Oh no. But unfortunately, I have to be right back because I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Ugh.
Find something, boy. Death.
Go.
Found her.
Oh man. What the fuck? The Empire is really showing no mercy now. There's his uncle? No. Better.
This was my mother's doing.
Yeah, Clive's mom is fucked in the head.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Enough slurping noodles. These guys got fucked. Just because they're bearers, magic users. Even non-bearers are dead. They're killing everyone indiscriminately. My mother has truly lost her mind. Even the port people are dead. This game's dark. Everyone's just dead. No one's left alive. Hey, you know that one character you knew from chapter 1? Well, dead. Get fucked. This game's great at killing off everyone. What has our mother done, Clive? What has the mother done? Destroying Rosaria. Just because Joshua died. Or just because she disagreed with the Duke, Elwyn. The devil crab. It is a devil crab. Alright, crabs. Time to meet your end. I don't know why, but I need ability points. So just get ignition. What is a chest? Give me the chest. Point. Black blood. Not worth it. Ah, yeah, that's it. Time to move on. Can technically mortal blow, like stun lock them to a certain extent. The silken strand.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
Ignition!
Make it look easy.
It is easy. Jill, come on. We've been doing this for more than 20 years now. Give me that gold stuff. 8 sharp fangs. Looks like there's more crabs to slaughter. Get out. I see a chest.
That's
The
the main
chest.
gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Oh, there's a teleporter here. That's nice.
have mercy. Voice-rinsed dogs they are. You can't ignore us forever.
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep.
Better out there than in here.
Fuck off! Hang you jealous bastards! Those crystals belong to us all!
I said, where were you, filth?
Back to your sties!
We'll cut you down where you stand!
Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned.
It'd probably be monsters.
Do you think it's safe?
Every safe Jill.
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black
Black light
shield since
burns.
Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Even though I got my chocobo, it feels like not worth running around with the chocobo. Unless, you know, we're specifically hunting for a specific thing. Which is probably what hunts and shit later on. Alright, into Lazarus. The Lazarus District.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Best destination nearby. Wink. The last time you've been here, Clive, was like 20 years ago. Not even 13, 5, 17 years ago, so yeah, it's been a while. So I'm not surprised everything changed. Just because of Mother.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Bandits.
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Not.
Well, they stood in the line for me, so human enemies are the best. Oh man.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
Oh, this is the guy from the start.
Phoenix. It can't
It's what's his face? Dole or some shit, I don't know. He was one of my early party members. He's like Tyler or something is his name.
Forgive me, my
Oh,
lord.
it's Wade.
I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is.
So wait.
Bro hug. Where Tyler died, that's right. Only Wade lives.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her.
Mother's changed, Clive. He has the taste of power.
No secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
Or Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
Once more. Welcome aboard, Sir Wade.
So
Who's
Wade,
probably gonna die.
let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
Wade is gonna die. 100%.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
I suppose we owe you our thanks. You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
No more killing. I am a good boy. Hello, quartermaster. You really didn't have much new for me. Desert Rose, that's new. Buy like 5 of these for now.
As you wish, my lord.
Got all the potions still. You can buy my shit. There
May
you
the
go.
blessing of the crystals go with you.
Hey, Wade.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, The Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
Putting an end to them. Kill them all. Kill Mother. Ring! Throughout the main story, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. Oh, so I can select party members now? After all this time? Guess so. Sir Wade is just a guess.
We'll keep them from the
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
Blessing of the Phoenix, go with me.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Why can't I gallop? There we go. Chocobo, Chocobo. People are running away from the bridge.
Look at me sideways.
Come along now.
The bastards are lucky I did.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Let's go, Sir Wade.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog,
A woman?
could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame!
You shall die.
For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
On these our swords we swear!
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
Let's try.
Ow. Da, 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 da.
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Kill all the Black Shields. Easy. Oh, Dragoon.
A noble stand,
Knight of the Lasting Dark.
albeit a misguided one.
In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Oh, time to fight a dragoon.
That's better. Too slow. Nice try.
Dun-dun-dun. Tank the floor, dragoon. You're good at it.
So Wade! There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
Parried. A double jump. Ow. Dead. Enemies slain. Only 200 EXP. That's not a lot of EXP. Imperial Link, Dragon Talon. Imperial Link is good to have.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
Did it work though?
It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet
You have
be
to
that
cut
as
the
it may,
dragon's head.
it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
For Rosaria.
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Clive has all but abandoned Rosaria, but then Sir Wade shows up. Become the hero that Rosaria needs.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows. where he would be of no use to anyone.
We have to save our uncle now.
It sickens him to the soul. He plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Dead as heck.
Think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter.
Another seal, probably.
It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Seal obtained. The burnt blade.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it.
I see a chest. I think I already opened that one.
I've been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Go on now, my lord. My lord. Port Isolde, the Imperial Province of Rosaria. I get to see my uncle. Is that my uncle? That's not my uncle.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
There's my uncle. Uncle Byron.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rossfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot.
He's role-playing.
Servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil, the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
What the fuck is Clive doing?
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Crying.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
What a nice uncle. Probably gonna die. Everyone who's nice is just dead.
Her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
By your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
He's so gonna die. It's gonna be sad.
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
I don't want him to die. He seems like such a nice guy.
The thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
I don't want him to die. Fuck.
Over there. Go on.
The controller's already down. I can tell this is gonna be a long cutscene.
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused.
You're getting all the Jill backstory now.
And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
All monsters here.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
They're like like Cloud and Tifa all over again. Do I really not get to go to anywhere else? I just want to do my bounties. I want to do my hunts. Here be monsters.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
What side quest is? A new missive has been delivered to Clive's chambers. A new quest is available nearby.